Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Nick here, 45 Degree Sailing. Today I'm just answering and addressing some comments on one of my videos, which is the how to use In-Mast Furling Mainsail Selden rig on Hanse yachts. You can watch that side. You can watch that here if you want to see it firsthand. This is a in-depth tutorial on how to use the Selden In-Mast Furling rig and its ratchet and free situation on an endless rope. So you can go and watch that first if you want to, and then I'll address the comments. So that's this video, the how to use In-Mast Furling Mainsail Selden rig on Hanse yachts. Look, this has been a really good video. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm glad I did. Whenever I did it 7 months ago, it's had a good amount of views and a lot of interaction, some great questions. I'm going to go through a few of those now. But I got one the other day from Sailing Aurora. They have a Hanse 418 as well. And there was a few things on here I wanted to just go, oh, actually, let's address that because they had some good points. Nice video for sure. With our 418, we don't bother using the endless furler lines unless we are going to reef when getting the sail out. Seems like a bit too much hassle every time for not so much benefit. Okay, I hear you. All good. This is the part I wanted to address. The sail should run free enough on the way out so you can almost pull it by hand with the outhaul. If it starts coming out fast, just pull it fast and hard and then winch. And he says with the FCL sails, it's a little more difficult to pull out because they're a little bit stiffer, but it works. So let's just address that part first. Yes, you can do it that way. And a lot of people do. On the smaller boats, I'd see it as less of an issue. Once you get to bigger boats, it becomes more of like you've got a lot more weight and things, a lot more sail coming out. So I would be wary of that. The reasons that in this video I explain letting this out on the in-mast furling line, on the furling line, is so that that sail doesn't run out what I would consider to be uncontrolled. Look, if it's a 5 to 6 knot day, sailing, yeah, pulling that out, there's no hassle, no issues going to happen with that. Anything more, with a little bit of flapping and everything, is you can get an uncontrolled run out, have unnecessary flapping in the sail, which is going to reduce the life of the sail, and also you can have more chafing or wear happen within the sail on the edges of the mast and within the drum unit itself. So there's a few things to unpack there. So that's why, I mean, on the bigger boats, on the 548, the 588, or even the one we did this was a 508. I don't like doing that simply because I want to take care of those sails, less flapping, and anything that's going to unwind really fast and then hit a lock, which is the end of that sail on the bead line that's in the mast, is going to put an unnecessary stress in my mind on that sail. It's not designed to take that hit. So personally, I'm not encouraging doing that. And hey, look, Sailing Aurora, this is your boat. You know your boat, 100% right. Now, we also talked a little bit about wear in the mast here. So I'm just going to back up where we've got a shot of the furler. The other thing I want you to be very considerate of, if you're looking after the boat and everything, where's a shot of this? Here we go. Is that endless rope is running in there, and it fits in there quite snug. Okay, so if you do allow that to go loose, so that it can run free and just run out. I was going to say make sure it's really loose. Yeah, really loose. What you've got inside that drum, that disc, is plastic little nodule teeth, and when they're going to run past and not grip the rope, they're going to wear out. Right, this is going to contribute to them wearing out. So I would be very wary of the wear and tear that could happen at that point on the Selden winch and disc itself, and the little teeth. I mean, maybe the line as well, but the line I think is something that's much easier to replace than most things. So just be wary of that as well. If you're not going to use the endless rope, there will be a wear factor in there. So because I don't want to wear out those teeth. I've had to replace them this year or last year, or whatever it is anyway, from a charter that was just ruining things. So on Meals Lease. So just be aware of that. The other thing to consider there, let's go back to the comment. When taking the sail in, we always do this at the mast. It is so much easier and faster unless you're in heavy weather. Okay, so yes, okay, you can put a winch handle right in here and you can wind this in from the mast. And that is a lot faster. And it's like, if you're winching in by hand, that is easier for sure. Like, that is a good way to do it. You make, in my view, you'll put, especially in heavier weather, put that on ratchet and wind in so that when you're bringing the sail in, it can't accidentally, or, under pressure, slip back out. It will always lock in. So that's one thing to consider on that. But yeah, absolutely, you can do that from the mast. And there's a lot of boats with this system, especially around the Bavaria 46 sort of ones with a Selden rig. They don't even have the endless rope. You don't need it as such. If you've got 2 crew members, you can use the outhaul and a winch at the mast. So that's something to consider there. There was an interesting point here. Another thing we noticed, some premature rope wear with 3 wraps on the winch. Looks like slipping a bit for you too. We put 4 wraps on the winch. I tried to see that, as you said, to make the sheets last longer, but the only one I thought that might have been was on the main sheet at the end here. And from what I saw, that's just winding in at the same pace of the winch. Anyway, I'm just on the 2nd speed there. So yeah, I mean, look, anytime you notice your winch slipping, yeah, you are going to wear out your sheet because the winch grade is roughened, right? So that it grips. And if you're just running it through while grinding, you are just going to wear out the sheet and the surface on the winch drum. So good call on that one. In general, look, some great comments on this. People seem to think that this was this was a good explanation. Couple of comments said something about how this is just a terrible system. So, and a lot of people asked also, could you do it? Could you show it coming back in? Yes, we'll do one of those coming back in. I had a recent video, someone asked, how did you go from that reefing situation? We were about 38 knots, wondering the process of that as well. I will do my best to do that, okay? To film that video in the coming months about reefing that sail and bringing it in so you can see it firsthand as well. It won't be as clear as this one. I was stoked to get this done because there was no bimini and no dodger, no nothing on the boat, so we had such a good view of the whole lot. So maybe I'll do that before we put the stuff on Mila Felice when she gets re-rigged. So look, I hope that was helpful. Again, if you've got questions about this, drop them in the comments. Anything helpful to other people using these systems as well. And please just keep watching the videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment. We'll see you in the next video. Won't we? Hey? Hey? Hey?